event, we have to start preparing. So first thing, I will show you where the event will actually take place. So here you see our house, there's my wife Joanna, and it's right beneath it. So behind the house we've got a forest garden and a permaculture garden, lots of nice things, but during this event we'll be down here. So here you see the first marking post, down there is the next one, and somewhere back there are the other two, and they mark the space we will be working at. And as you can see, there are already some trees where we want to implement the system. So these trees will have to move. Okay, so I'll start with cutting down the birch. So the excavator arrived, it's right there, and we're starting with the works now, and you'll be joining us for that. It's the preparations for the Syntropic course on Syntropic Agroforestry, 1st to 4th of June, so I hope you're coming, and now let's watch him do his work. So what he's actually doing is he's trying to create a flat surface because we're on a hillside here, and yeah, we need a straight space for growing. And after that the real preparations for the ground will continue, which means we will, probably we'll get a tractor or something, or I do it by hand. We have to loosen the soil again because this big machinery will compress it. Also we'll bring up the heavy soil, we need fluffy good soil. After loosening it, we will mulch it and maybe also add some cow manure, but we'll see about that. But first step, straightening, creating a platform. Okay, so now you saw the position, the house is up there, the Syntropic will be down there towards the valley. So down there, that's the Poshaga Valley. It's a beautiful valley, and if you follow the valley till back there, you reach the natural reservation Skarica Beliuara. So if you stay longer, feel free to take a hike there. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. And now I'll give you a different perspective on the works here. So basically what we're doing is that he'll take the soil from the top part. We chose the 0.0 in the middle and put it on the lower part. Let's try this position. Alright, so here you can get an idea of what's happening. House is up there, and the works are happening here. And while we're waiting, there's time for a little soil test. So I just took a bit of soil from the hole where I took out the tree before, and what I'm doing is I'm forming a little ball, and as you can see, it's perfectly smooth on the edges, so it's a clay soil. And well, this means for us a clay soil is rich in nutrients, it can hold water, but the downside is it's pretty compact already, and by our works it will be further compact, and there's not a lot of air in it, it's not very fluffy, so that's something we will have to address when we prepare the grounds for the Syntropic system. So the works continue, and we found something pretty interesting. So in the soil, there's not only soil, there are these sedimentary rocks. Apparently they are sedimentary from pretty deep down, brought up by the excavator. So all this work here brings back memories. The last time we had an excavator here was 2017-16, when we made the platform for our house up there. Special place for us, our home, and we'll have the Syntropic system right below, which makes sense, I guess, because it's relatively intensive, with lots of maintenance happening. And I love to imagine us being up there in a few weeks, looking down there, and not only having this amazing mountain scenery around us, but also an amazing Syntropic system right there. And you'll be a part of it, so join the Syntropic course. Here you can see the platform slowly taking shape. The lower edge already is there, and the higher edge we still have to go a bit up, but looks pretty good already. And looking forward so much. We've got lots of interesting species in the system. It will be some, yeah, let's say more well-known species. We've got some cherries, for example, but we'll also have some more exotic things. The system was designed by Filippo Kesci from Humus Project, and we're really happy about this cooperation. He'll be coming with a partner and they'll teach together. It will be an exciting and pretty intense 2 days. So Saturday and Sunday we'll start both at 7:30 with breakfast already, and then 8:30 already dive right into the topic with some theory on both days, followed by practicals with a small break in between. Lunch break 1.5 hours, and then same rhythm after the break. So a little bit of theory and then right to the practical. Monday and Tuesday will be more focused on the practical part. So after all the theory and first practical experiences, we'll really get into implementing the system. We'll also offer a small hike for people who want a day off from the Syntropic world. We'll go to the natural reservation for a little hike. Everyone else who's really keen on getting everything out of the Syntropic course can stay on site and continue planting. On Tuesday, some people will maybe leave already, and those who want to stay also for another night can continue in the system down here, but it will look very different, I promise you. Okay, little update, what's happening. So we're, let's say, halfway, but we didn't do all of the breadth of the space yet because the height difference is a bit more than expected, and we're moving quite a lot of soil at this point, and everything we take from up there we have to also put down there. So yeah, there's a few things to consider. So first thing and most important thing is we have our house here. And the thing we want to avoid in any case is destabilizing the soil below the house. And the next thing is, while building this terrace, we also have to think about water. So water is also a part of our course, water management. And initially we wanted to install a swale, but considering the limited amount of space and the height difference we actually have here, this will probably not be the case, and we'll instead do some kind of drainage system, but we'll see about that after the excavation works continue. So yeah, let's see about that later. Take a look at the soil here. Maybe not too close while he's working. And here we reach the edge. And down there, there's the lower edge. And from here you can, also see the height difference better. So we've not even reached the point where we want to go. And already we've got nearly a meter there on the upper side, and here also more than a meter, although in the back there it's less, it's a bit more difference, so it's steeper here, but going up it looks like it will be less steep, and yeah, that's why I have the difference here, why I left this much space. Yeah, time for lunch. So I'll prepare, actually I prepared a soup already, simple potato soup. Our worker will join us here since he's also a friend of ours, and that's actually what tradition still recommends here, and what we also like to do when we have people here working for us. We also share the space with them, eat with them, and try to treat them as guests. Which, you will also be, so you'll also enjoy this. It's all fresh food prepared here. The potatoes aren't ours this time because our winter stock is already depleted, and the new ones aren't in the soil yet. They will be put into the soil during the course. Lunch and cookies is over, and after a strong coffee we can continue. He's already back in the excavator, and we managed to finish the first round before lunch, and now we're doing the rest. So here on the right side we have to go further into the soil, and we're shifting it down there. Okay, update from the Syntropic preparations here at Dupa Gard. We still have the excavator here, and I've got a sun hat because it's only spring, but the sun is super strong and burning. We finished one way back there, and now we're broadening the whole thing. What's left to do afterwards is to make a small water drain on the edge here, because we'll get lots of water coming down here, and this has to be directed. It will have a very small inclination, so it's not exactly a swale, it's something in between a swale and a drain. Da! So, the driver found something. Let's take a look. Haide mine! Cum se numește? Șoareci de pământ? Vai! Ce faci? Du-te de acolo! So, it was a little soil mouse, I'm not sure what you call them in English. And now what I was saying is we're continuing. The next things will be, yeah, obviously broadening this part here. So we've got a bit to move from there, down there. After that we've got a nice flat surface. We've given it a slight inclination so the water doesn't stay in puddles but can move downwards. But since the soil will build up pretty quickly with the Syntropic system, also the filtration should improve a lot quicker than in other spaces we terraced before. So this is actually the 4th terrace we're building into this hill. First one was where our house is now, right there, 2017. And the other two are behind the house. One of them is the veggie garden, which we installed I think 4 years ago. And then last year we added another terrace above it for camping guests, especially for the events we're hosting now, so people have space for their tent. And now this is the 4th one, and it will be a Syntropic system, the preparations for our Syntropic course, in case you missed it. Clouds have arrived, but they didn't bring rain, so we're good for now. E bine, da. And here we see there are steeper parts and less steep parts. And here he's coming now and straightening it on the surface we will effectively use. So the bad part is we'll be actually compacting the soil with the machinery, but it's something we have to, deal with. It has to be, the soil has to stay there, so down there it has to be sturdy. And I still can't believe we'll have this beautiful system right in front of our house. So since we have the house here, this was one of the few spaces we did not use. And wow, that's really a lot of soil we were moving here. And I have to admit, I really enjoy doing these earthworks, or yeah, planning them and seeing what happens when you do them, because it really transforms the space. So this was a space which practically only produced work for me, because I had to mow the grass. We don't have animals, so we did use it for mulching, but apart from that it was just lots of work for yeah, very little yeah, benefit for us. And now after this we've got a flat surface which we can actually use, and this is really great. I'm so happy. Yeah, this is actually one of the biggest expenses we have, apart from yeah, bringing the teacher from Italy, Filippo, and buying the plants. This is the biggest post in the budget for the course, but I think it's worth it. Let's see how it will look in the end. So my daughter was just saying we should move the camera, and she's right. And my wife found some roots in the ground, but that's good. We like roots in the ground, right? Da. So we're doing the last finalizations, and then we're hearing some really loud thunder from this part. So before we saw the rain here, it went in another direction, but now the thunder is really close over there. So we've got to finish up the work for today. It's gotten quite late. We've been working since the morning. Now it's late afternoon. Yeah, so last step for today, digging the trench. Especially if we've got a rain coming now, it would be good to finish that. So yeah, hopefully we manage to do the trench before it starts. Okay, I have to take the camera in. There's a big rain coming. We were waiting for it all the time.
I'm happy when it's finished and I can see the result of the work.
Yes, so join the course and we'll finish it together.